What are YouTube chapters in YouTube videos? Well, YouTube chapters in YouTube videos are, as the name suggests, a way of indicating to your viewers what different parts of your videos are about. And it's ever so easy to put them in. All you need to do is go through your video and make a note of where things of interest happen, and then write in the description where those things are happening and put the timings in the format that I've shown you here. So always start with 0:00. If you don't do that, then YouTube won't know that you're talking about chapters. Start with 00, put in a description. When the next thing happens in your video, put it on a new line and put the time that the next thing happens, and then just go through the entire video and do it. I'll show you what that looks like in the video when we go live. In fact, so I'll play this one actually on YouTube. Let's do that. Right. Oh, advert. Shouldn't complain about adverts, should I? That buys the beer. Right.
These days,
oh, go away.
There is a lot to balance.
Dear. Right. So you might need to squint your eyes, but you can see at the bottom here, I've chopped this up into the chapters, and we've got Liverpool Street here, Bishopsgate, Threadneedle Street, Bank of England, etc., etc. And if I click on, say, poultry, then the video will jump straight to the place where the chapter is, where I've marked the chapters. So far, so good, isn't it? It's great. It's great for the user. Also on the mobile device, you get a similar sort of thing. They can actually click. I think you may even better do it on here. I think if you click in the description, yeah, it'll take you straight. So I want to go to St Paul's Cathedral. I can click on there and it'll take me straight to the part of the video where I was at St Paul's Cathedral. Great for the user. Really good for the user, because it means that they can jump to exactly where they want to go. But knowing what you know about watch time, can you think of any downside for the creator? Well, let's just say that somebody knew that in this video there was St Paul's Cathedral. Without chapters, they would need to watch the entire video until they got to the bit with St Paul's Cathedral, wouldn't they? Which is, I think, so look, where are we now? Bank of England must be a bit further along here. St Paul's Cathedral is about, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes in, 6 or 7 minutes in anyway. So they have to watch 6 or 7 minutes of my video, potentially, to get to the bit that they wanted to watch. Now, you could argue that that's a pain in the bum for them. Might be for them, but for me, it's 6 or 7 minutes worth of extra watch time, and watch time is king on YouTube. But it could be that they just go, well, you know what, I'm not going to bother watching. I'll go and find somebody else's video which goes straight to St Paul's Cathedral. I don't need to wade through all this nonsense. So long term, I will lose out, because they may go and start watching other people's videos who have bothered to put the effort in to create the chapters. So are you looking for short-term gain, or are you looking for long-term gain? My take on this is put the chapters in, not for the reason that you are probably thinking, because it's nice to be good to the users, but it's also nice to be good to you, because there are hidden benefits to doing this. One of the hidden benefits, which is direct and easy to demonstrate, and I'll do it, is if you're monetizing your videos using mid-roll ads, and in order to do that, you need to be monetized, which means you need to have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time, and be part of the YouTube partner program and be accepted for monetization. And you're producing videos which are over 8 minutes long, because they need to be over 8 minutes long in order to allow mid-roll adverts, which are adverts which play during the time that the video is playing. Assuming that you're doing all of that, and in fact on this channel here, Go Slow TV, I do that. It is monetized, and the videos are not just 8 minutes, often they're hours long. Here's a trick, or here's a technique, I'm going to call it a trick. Let's say we make a note of where these chapters are, and well, let's actually go in and do it. So St Paul's Cathedral, 5 minutes 54. So I'm pretty sure that some people will want to go and watch St Paul's Cathedral. So if I add an advert into my video at let's say 6 minutes in, then that means that people who have jumped straight to watch St. Paul's Cathedral will watch a few seconds of St. Paul's Cathedral, and then they'll be presented with an advert, which if they're interested enough to want to see St. Paul's Cathedral, they will suffer through. Adverts on YouTube are a whole new can of worms, and we can talk about those. They won't necessarily see an advert, but we can do a few things in here to increase the probability that they will. For those of you who haven't seen the YouTube editor, that's getting better all the time. It's quite powerful already, but it allows us to tweak the adverts. So remember, we're going to put an advert in at 6 minutes because that's when people are likely to go and see St. Paul's Cathedral. Go into the editor. I go down to the monetization line, which is here with the little dollar. Click on it, and then I put an ad break in at, but actually it's easier if I just go to 6 minutes in. 6 minutes 5, 6 minutes 16 is good enough for me. Stick an ad break in. Save. So that means if people now go in and want to go and see St. Paul's Cathedral in this video, and they click on the chapter, then after they've watched a few seconds of that video, then there'll be an advert played, which is good for me as a creator because it gives me money and I like money. But there are also other intangibles. Word on the street, again, I have yet to prove this empirically myself, but I've done significant research on it. There is more chance of Google indexing your video if you have those in there. And there's more chance of it featuring your video, including the timeline, apparently, in search. So I would say on balance that if you want to serve your viewers, you want to be able to perhaps increase your ad revenue, and you want to be found, then I'm a fan. I would do it. It's a significant piece of work if you do regular videos and you do long videos, but it's definitely worth it. Only time will tell how much of a lift you get in terms of search engine optimization. But with everything YouTube, the more that you do over and above what anybody else can be bothered to do, the more chance you've got of getting recognition for it. That's the same with doing proper tagging. It's the same with spending some time with your thumbnails. It's the same as adding closed captions to your videos, subtitles. The more that you do to help YouTube serve your videos to the right people at the right time in the most convenient format for them, the more chance there is that they'll watch them, and therefore the more chance that you'll get love from the algorithm and be successful.